Is there an alternative to looking at changes in demographics? Can we add other aspects to the formulas? What are they? What would you propose? And how could this be worked out? We can start with you, Mr. Rajan.
Well, I think there are many possibilities, right? Anybody who's thoughtful and can do basic math, there's many ways we can do this. I might be exceeding my brief if I go too far, but I'll just mention 2 points. One, the Joint Action Committee that has been brought together under my Chief Minister's leadership and coordination has clearly recommended that the right action would be a freeze for another 30 years, I think, of the delimitation. So having made an official position, I don't want to exceed that. I just want to point out, though, that this notion of how representation should be decided, this government itself in Delhi, this union government, has already implemented the extreme opposite view. You know, if you go back to the theory that equal weightage of every citizen's vote is the basis for doing delimitation and reassigning seats. That's the basis, right? That's the logic. If that's the logic, then there could be nobody further away from that in their actual history of action than this government of India, because in the GST Council, we have a voting system that is one state, one vote. That is to say, 200 and odd million people of Uttar Pradesh get one vote, 500,000 or 1 million people of Arunachal Pradesh get one vote. That is to say, a state like Maharashtra that contributes, 15% of the GDP and probably 18% of taxes gets one vote, and a state like Mizoram that probably contributes 0.03% of the GDP gets one vote. So if equitable representation on some basis was such a profound principle for this government, they've already made a hash of it. So they're in no moral position to talk about equity as the basis for imminent delimitation.
Thank you. Sir, would you like to?
I also sharing some of the points expressed by my colleague here, but certain differences, that is, we are not in favor of freezing the total process. It should be changed, because now 36 lakhs of people are represented by a single member of parliament, or 25 lakhs of people are represented by a single member of parliament. Then this constituency should be concised for a small constituencies. But this equitable distribution, equitable representation should be there. That is our position with regard to this. The thing is, earlier in 70s, it has been freezed because of the successful implementation of the people planning. And these southern states had successfully implemented that union government program. Now this is a tool for penalizing these states which had successfully implemented union government program. This proportion should be, at least this proportion should be maintained while increasing the number of seats. That is our position with regard to this.